Although it's going to be a very windy and likely very wet night on top of Slieve Binnian. Now, so far the wind is as predicted, but the rain is actually staying away, so I might get a wee bit lucky on that side, but I'm not going to put any bets on it. It's quite good at the minute. Lighter evenings are definitely on their way. I'm going to be walking in the dark towards the end, but at the start here shouldn't be too bad, so I'm going to get a move on, try and make some ground in the light. Just off the Land Rover track there now. It's actually a far shorter walk than I realised. It's only 2.3 mile from the yard to the top when I checked the Garmin, so hopefully I'll get there even earlier than I hoped. I'm really looking forward to getting in bed here tonight. That's the tent up, and what an ordeal that was. It wasn't even so much the wind that was becoming the drama, it was more the ground I'm on here. It's just not ideal, really, to be honest with you. I'm a wee bit worried that the pegs are going to come out just because the ground's that soft. It's just soaking. I mean, it should be alright. The mountain weather app was given 40-mile-an-hour winds basically now, and I think it's not far off, to be honest. But it is to go up to 45, 50 for an hour between 11 and 12, I think. So, that's going to be an interesting one. But yeah, I haven't got the inner up yet or nothing, so I'm gonna try and get myself sorted here, get my waterproofs off, then get the inner up, try and keep it as dry as possible. And then dinner time, I think. I just hope that the tent doesn't blow away. Right, it's time to get some food in the go. And part of that in this kind of weather is doing probably one of the most dodgiest things you can possibly do inside a Hilleberg tent, considering the cost of them, and that is getting an MSR Dragonfly on the go. So yeah, here we go. I mean, they're a great stove, but when you're doing this here, you have to be so delicate with how much petrol you put in. See, there's going to be way too much already, I just know it. So the flame that's probably going to come off this is going to be a bit mental. That's why I have my pan at the ready, just to catch the flame. Oh, maybe not. No, I was wrong. Right, here we go again. Oh, there we go. Oh, that's gentle. The thing is with these stoves, just the very start, you have to put a wee bit of fuel into them so the whole thing heats up. But once it's heated up, it turns into, it's basically almost like a gas burner. But see, this is where it's dodgy. Here we go. Fine, I'll put that right first. And you do have to be keeping an eye on it, because if it goes down, you have to start all over again. Just trickle feed until it warms up nice. It's nearly there now. You can hear the noise. It just sounds just like a normal gas burner. There we go. Give another couple of pumps of pressure. That's us. So dinner of the night, I can't be bothered with dehydrated meals and stuff, so I made my own boil in the bag. I don't actually see a lot of people on YouTube actually, doing this here. It's very simple to do. You buy these here, and use these for my breakfast in the morning as well, for my porridge. The porridge I buy is the ones that come in the pots. I put 2 into these here, and obviously the pots are they're far from ideal for getting squashed into a bag, so they're great in these here. But yeah, I sometimes do my dinners and stuff in these too. I've got a chicken curry and rice in this here tonight. I can't remember how much these are on Amazon. I think it's like you get a pack of 50 for like, is it 12 quid or something like that? And you can like, if you really want to, which I do sometimes myself, because why not? Take them home, clean them out, they can go again, they're great. That's me fed and watered now. Now for the bit I've been really looking forward to, and that's getting the bed out, getting the sleeping bag out, just trying to get comfortable in this here. It is getting worse, like, but I think she'll hold. That's me in the sleeping bag now. I'm gonna finish off this hot chocolate, get the teeth brushed, and then get to sleep. And hope the tent doesn't come down around me. Don't think it will. I have to say, it seems to be holding up alright. It's taking an absolute beating here right now. But we're coming up to that 11 o'clock point, so this is when it's going to get its worst. But no, it definitely seems it is holding up, so. But yeah, wish me luck. See you in the morning. Right, this morning's big reveal I think is going to be more about the shape of the tent. So, you know what? That's held up really well. Happy with that. Now then, for the view, which is a lot better than I was expecting. Wee bit of low-lying cloud just going over the tops, but that's quite good. Slieve Donard over there, quite clearly. Right, I think I'm going to get some breakfast. Yeah, so that's most of the stuff packed away now. Just need to eat this and then get going. But I didn't sleep overly well last night. Had the earplugs in, so I was able to get to sleep alright, but I woke up midnight and I couldn't get back to sleep for about 2, maybe even 3 hours, I'm not too sure. But it is what it is. So I don't know how well I'm going to get on walking here today. Should be alright, not too bad. But overall, I have to say the intent was definitely impressive. I think that's the strongest ones I've had it in yet. It is, aye. But there last night, there's been a modification I've been trying to think about making, but I think I'm definitely going to go ahead with it now. I'm going to have to do it ASAP because if I get caught in wind like that there. It wasn't so much the wind, it was more when it was raining as well. Bits of rain was coming in through the bottom where the panels are. There's quite a long gap between the pole and then the peg, so I'm going to think of a way of getting the halfway point down to the ground. But I'll show you that modification at a later date. I think with every hobby there's at least something in it you don't particularly enjoy. And wild camping is a pretty easy decision to say that it's wet dry drills. First thing in the morning, stuff that was damp from yesterday is now cold. Putting it on. But no, won't be long warming up once I get going. Yeah, so that was one of the helicopters that brings up ton bags of granite for repairing the wall. It's not a cheap hobby, keeping that wall intact. But I've actually been rerouted because I can't walk the traditional route here because of it. So there's guys dotted around here with high-vis jackets. So I'm having to tramp through the heather and muck here rather than being able to stick to the normal path. So sort of slowing me down a wee bit. But I can see where I'm going. And that's the main thing. Yeah, so that's me down the saddle now between Binnian and Lamagan, which is the one I'm going up next, which you can see here. It doesn't really have an overly defined path, but you can sort of see I wouldn't even be a quarter, but a bit of a path, but it's quite tricky to get up. There's no real defined path, so you know, a lot of climbing over rocks and whatnot. That's just the view out around here. That's Binnian, which I've just come down, but you can't see the top from here. That's me at the top of Slieve Lamagan now, and despite it being one of the smaller of the bigger mountains in the Mournes, that's a tight pull coming up that side. The way I normally work my walks, I do normally come down that way, and it's a proper knee buster, so it's naturally going to be a lung buster on the way up. But yeah, I've actually got up there quite fast, so I can chill out a wee bit more on the way back down to the Killer. Don't have to push myself as hard, but to be honest with you, I'm not going to hang about here because this wind is going to chill me anyway, so I'm going to keep moving. Well, I have to say, that was actually a more enjoyable camp than what it should have been, especially everything getting soaked and whatever. Usually makes things really miserable, but that was actually quite enjoyable. But biggest takeaway after giving the Akto a test in 50-mile-an-hour wind is definitely I need to make that wee improvement. So this is, what day is this? This is Monday. I'm heading to Scotland on Friday, so I need to get it done before then, because mountains over there are usually a bit less forgiving. So that's why I always like to iron any problems out in the Mournes, places that I know. So it's really good for that. But yeah, until next time, give us a like, subscribe, and if you do subscribe, the next few videos are all going to be Munro bagging. So should definitely be very interesting videos. And yeah, see you in the next one. Cheerio, bye now.